Good morning. Todd and I made it through the falls chain yesterday. We are now on Quetico Lake. We found a great little island and a good campsite. So we're going to have a rest day here and just relax a little bit, do some fishing, and probably go up and check out some pictographs that are only about 3.5 kilometers from here. Once again, the theme of this trip is solitude. We really haven't seen very few people at all. The one party we did see were trail cleaners employed by Ontario Parks to clear the trails. And they were very surprised to see us. Normally this corner of the park is quite busy. It's got really good access from the Boundary Waters canoe area. People come up through Cache Bay a lot with a cross-border permit and spend time in this corner of the park. But with COVID and the border closed, this is a great year for us to get out and enjoy this and have a lot more solitude than we normally would. Hopefully the border does open up soon, but for now we're going to enjoy what we've got here.
What's the weather? I was just checking the weather on the Zolio, and it's going to be the same as today for the next 3 days. So low 14, high 26, 28. Supposed to be 3 mil of rain today. I don't see any clouds in sight that way, but things are looking good.
Today we're looking for pictographs. I've been fascinated by pictographs ever since I moved to Northern Ontario and started canoe tripping. Pictographs are rock paintings made by the Ojibwe or Anishinaabe people of this area hundreds of years ago. And there's a pictograph site near here that we're going to go check out. This faded image is said to be of two Mamegweshi, known as the Little People by modern Anishinaabe. The Mamegweshi are said to be hairy, bow-legged creatures with ugly faces lacking noses. They are short, no taller than 3 feet tall. They are often depicted with horns. They are tricksters capable of both good and evil. The Mamegweshi are known for stealing fish from nets. They have strong magic and paddle stone canoes. They have the ability to enter rock faces, sometimes leaving their handprints behind. The Mamegweshi may have been playing with us that day. So Todd and I are having a little break here. We've been out exploring for pictographs. We were on that side and saw a pretty decent one, and then we explored way over there, and we're looking for some faded ones. The book says they're faded. We couldn't find them. While we're out, the wind really picked up, so we drifted with the waves down behind those islands, got some shelter, and it was 1 o'clock and the wind was howling, and I thought, oh, it can only get worse. So we fought the wind up into the waves, had a pretty rough ride. We made it. We're resting here now. As we were resting, the whole lake calmed right down. So it would have made sense to wait another hour, but we didn't know that. And now the wind is picking up again. I'm starting to see whitecaps out there. Yeah, so here's the challenge. If you look up there, I don't know if the camera can pick it up. Lots and lots of whitecaps blowing at us. We have, as I said before, we were in some pretty heavy waves with this wind, and we paddled back down this big lake on the lee side out of the wind, and we've got to get across to our island where we're camped, but the waves are at right angles to the direction we want to go. There's our campsite in the distance. Calm here because we're behind this moraine, and there's lots of whitecaps out there. They've died down a little bit, but every once in a while they flare up. So the question is, do we go across and try and tack across the whitecaps, or do we just drift down here where there's not so many and then paddle back to the island? Good morning, good coffee, beautiful morning. Sun is shining, the winds are calm, which is a very good thing because yesterday the winds were ferocious. We did some exploring, and we came back and had some difficulty getting back because of the winds. We managed to get back to camp, and the winds picked up even more. They were just horrendous. and but they eventually broke partway in the middle of the night, and it rained a little bit too, which is why we're drying off our tents in the sun this morning. And we got woken up early by a sandhill crane, which is just excellent. The crane flew over low over our island. I think it circled it a couple times and made a ton of noise, so we woke up early, which was great because we want to do the falls chain this morning. We're going to try and do the whole thing and have a bit of time too to play at Bald Rock Falls, which we think is one of the best falls in the chain. So that's our strategy for this morning. We're going to dry off a little bit, pack up, and go. When we first got to camp here, we found all these little holes dug in the ground, and we weren't sure what they were. It looked like ground squirrel holes. There's no ground squirrels around here. It sort of looked like a bear had been digging around for ants, but they're much more systematic than what a bear would do. And so we thought about it for a while and investigated a little bit. We found some very, very thin eggshells, the remains of eggshells. So our first guess was maybe this is turtles laying eggs. And as we spent more time on the island, we saw a lot of turtles in the swamp around here and out in front of our campsite. And we realized, yeah, this is probably turtles laying eggs. And yesterday afternoon, when the sun was shining, we saw 4 turtles come out of the water, dig holes, and start to lay eggs. So that's the mystery solved. Yeah, there's certainly turtles laying eggs here. So this island that we've nicknamed Turtle Island is quite unique for the landscape around here. Most of the shoreline around here is bedrock, very little soil on it, and all the lake systems around here are very, very similar. All the campsites you go to, you're basically camping on bedrock with a little bit of soil. And there's no place for turtles to dig a hole. But this island is very, very different. This island is not bedrock. This island is till. It's a moraine, and it's a bunch of boulders mixed with soil, actual soil, and it's the one place that turtles can dig a hole. And so what they're doing is they're using the soil on this south-facing slope. The slope is exposed to the sun, and it's warming up, and it's probably the right temperature for eggs to incubate and hatch. And so that's what's going on. That's the mystery of Turtle Island. We're probably going to send the parks folks an email letting them know about this if they don't know already.